Hey y'all, this is David, the Georgia photographer, and today I'm going to review a lens. This is a 200mm f4 and it's a pre-AI lens. But this lens is unique in that it is chipped. What I've done here is I bought this lens off eBay really cheap. It was like, I don't remember, less than $100. It was super cheap. And I bought it with the intention of doing this modification, adding this chip to this lens. I bought this chip from a guy in Russia off eBay. And I thought, I'll buy one of these old pre-AI lenses, and if I ruin it, I ain't lost that much, you know. So, because it was an experiment. There's a video, it'll populate. But what happened was I tested this lens and it turned out to be phenomenal. It takes beautiful images for a lens that is as old as this lens is. It produces gorgeous results. So what I want to do is I also have figured out that with this chip it communicates with the camera somewhat. You don't get autofocus, but you get auto aperture control. So we're going to get the F to Z adapter and mount this bad boy up on my Z6, and we're going to go over here to the skate park and take some photos with it. Now, with this chip, what you do is you stop the lens all the way down. But the camera sees the lens as a chipped lens and gives you the camera's version of the f-stop right here in the display. So I can actually control the aperture with the front command wheel. And I also get focus confirmation. The little red square turns green when the lens is in focus. So I get every function of a fully automated lens except autofocus with this 45-year-old lens that has a built-in lens hood. I thought that's pretty sweet. Look, you can actually see it's drifting the focus barrel. But yeah, we'll go over here to the skate park. There's some guys skating. I'm gonna see if I can't get some photos of this and see how it turns out. Before I do, let's just kind of get this part out of the way. The lens is like 5 inches long. It's about 2.5 inches diameter, you know, the spec list. Its minimum focus distance is, it says 2 meters. Yeah. So it goes from f4 to f32. It'll stop way down. f32 is pretty small aperture. Has a built-in lens hood, like I said, and it does breathe. It pumps air as it focuses. Like I said, mine is custom since it is chipped, but otherwise it would just be a dead lens to the camera and the camera would still work fine. But yeah, so that's really all there is to say about this lens, other than it has beautiful optics. I've already done one review on it on my D810, and it performed exceptionally well on it. So now we're gonna go over here and get some photos of some skaters. Well, took one frame, and one of the skateboarders comes over, gives me a bunch of static about and how they work all their lives to learn how to do this, and they try to make a career out of it, and yeah, that's cool, whatever. And that some of them don't take too kindly to being photographed. So that's the end of the skate park. I won't be back. Kind of doesn't really surprise me, to tell you the truth. You know, if that's the way it's got to be, whatever. But yeah, something else to pick. Thought it'd be kind of cool to get some dynamic shots, but you know, he wants me to go out and ask everybody individually if it's okay, and it's a public venue. I'm on, what's this, Chestnut Street, right across from Pete's Coffee. It's right behind the camera. And I've decided, well, I'm a little bit bummed out, but I was kind of surprised at how uninviting they were. I was expecting them to be more inviting to someone taking photos, but whatever, you know. I figured they would always want Instagram content. I'll share with them, or I would have, but it just kind of bothered me. It really did. Wasn't expecting it, just to be honest with you. But anyway, now I'm gonna walk around downtown some and see what I can find. Let's do this. in my haste to get out and shoot some street photography, I forgot to put any coins in the meter. Hopefully I ain't got busted. I think I made it. Barely. All right, I've got me a spot, and I've kind of posted up. I'm waiting on a subject, and I think I might have one here. So I've got a real cool shadow coming across the street, but with 200 millimeters, it's pretty darn close. So let's see what I can get with this. Dadgum car parked in front of it. Literally, as the first people that's walked by in 20 minutes, a literal car rolled up right in front of it right at the last minute. Figures. Let's see. We'll see what happens. We'll give it a few minutes. The light's kind of slowly bending across this building. It's got a good diagonal sharp line over the street, and the building's got some cool lines on it from some tile work. So as fate would have it, I posted up right over there watching this door, trying to get somebody walking in front of it and maybe doing something interesting. And like, I had 2 or 3 good hopefuls, and they go in this doorway over here before they come by this big red wall or roll-up door. Let's see what this goes to. I'm thinking it goes into the parking garage, which is upstairs. So we're gonna check this out. Yeah. Well, I'm back to the truck. It's right there, and I've got some photos along the way, but nothing to really write home about. I had 1 or 2 that I was kind of really hoping to get, and the framing was really difficult. Man, 200 millimeters is hard to work with on street photos. It just really is. I mean, the subject distance is so critical that you wind up either being too far away or not close enough. It's surprising. But now the lens reproduces images really well. To be nearly 50 years old, it does a really good job. So if you're looking for a good lens just to play with, yeah, I like the little lens, and it works great with this chip mod I've done to it. Does it need all that? Not really. And you can get 200 millimeter lenses that are autofocus if you like to be able to autofocus. I mean, they're there, but now, are they like less than $100? That's the hard part to argue with this one. So, you know, if you just want one for the occasional portrait shoot, or like maybe you're going to do some bird photos of a bird feeder right outside the window of your house, and you want to get good close-up photos, it's good. It has its uses. But, you know, street photos, it's hard. Grant ran the 180 that day, the first time he came over, and I have a whole new respect for him now for using that lens, because it's tough. It's really tough to do that. So, but that's the Z6 with the 200 millimeter f4 pre-AI Nikkor. So with that, this is David, the Georgia photographer. If you like the video, I'd like a thumbs up and subscribe. It's right down there. You know what to do. So until next time, get your camera out and go take a picture with it. All right. We'll see you later. Bye bye.